Blessings, it's Maya here with an Astro update. On January 18th, we have a new moon in the hardworking, practical, and disciplined sign of Capricorn at 28 degrees. Those of you who have planets in the cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, or other planetary placements around 28 degrees in your natal chart will likely feel the effects of this new moon the most. A new moon is when the sun and the moon are coupled together in the sky, creating a time for seed planting, manifestation, and new beginnings. Capricorn represents themes of work, public image, status, reputation, leadership, authority, career, parental roles, legacy, achievement, and notoriety. We may see such themes highlighted individually and or globally at this time. On a positive level, this lunation can be ambitious, humorous, reliable, hardworking, reserved, and responsible. On a challenging level, this lunation can be stern, pessimistic, sarcastic, and cold. The traditional ruler of this lunation is Saturn, the planet of seriousness, responsibilities, obligation, and duties. Saturn is currently in Pisces, nearing a conjunction with Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusion. And this new moon is harmoniously aspecting Saturn and Neptune, making this week a lovely time for seed planting for long-term goals that will have tangible results. We also have a stellium in Capricorn with the planets Mercury and Mars in addition to the sun and the moon. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so it may be giving us more energy to get things done and take action. Yet with so much planetary energy in Capricorn, it's important to be mindful of work burnout. The new moon in Capricorn is also in a harmonious aspect to Uranus, the planet of sudden changes, shock, and innovation. Thus, we have the ability to work hard with progressive ideas to build something that's a long-term, that might be eccentric, and also innovative to our life. Mercury, the planet of communication and information, is entering a Cazimi January 26. This will make it a great day for launching communication projects. However, the days leading up to and after the Cazimi, Mercury will be combust, aka burnt, up in the heart of the sun, thus bringing about some minor miscommunications and or frustrations. Overall, this is a lovely new moon, and the last one with Saturn in Pisces for quite some time, as Saturn is entering Aries February 13th, and we'll be heading into eclipse season this February. So enjoy this time now and take advantage of this new moon by seed planting your goals as we enter the last half of January. February eclipse season will bring in a bit more energetic change and personal collective shifts. Plant your seeds mindfully now, and this eclipse season might just carry them through to fruition as we approach the Capricorn full moon that occurs June 29th. What area of life will this new moon in Capricorn be happening for you based upon your rising sign? For Capricorn rising, this new moon will be happening in your first house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with yourself, your identity, outward appearance, physical body, and new endeavors. For Aquarius rising, this new moon will be happening in your 12th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with the hidden realms, spirituality, mysticism, the arts, subconscious programming, self-undoings, behind-the-scenes work, the hidden arenas of life such as jails and hospitals, but also retreats and ashrams. For Pisces rising, this new moon will be happening in your 11th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with large groups of people, friendships, networking, organizations, progressive ideas, as well as future hopes and wishes. For Aries rising, this new moon will be happening in your 10th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your career, work, status, public image, parental roles, authority, leadership, achievement, and notoriety. For Taurus rising, this new moon will be happening in your 9th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your long-distance travel, higher learning, publishing and teaching, pilgrimages, gurus, philosophy, as well as government institutions. For Gemini rising, this new moon will be happening in your 8th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with shared money, shared resources, other people's money, investments, inheritances, taxes, loans, the occult, psychology, as well as intimacy and deep bonds. For Cancer rising, this new moon will be happening in your 7th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with personal relationships, business relationships, contracts, marriages, agreements, negotiations, collaborations, and legal documents. For Leo rising, this new moon will be happening in your 6th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your work, physical health, co-workers, diet, exercise, organization, daily routine, as well as small pets and animals. For Virgo rising, this new moon will be happening in your 5th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your creativity, romance, dating, children, joy, celebrations, entertainment, hobbies, and small businesses. For Libra rising, this new moon will be happening in your 4th house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your home life, family, property, real estate, inner security, emotional safety, as well as ancestral roots and traditions. For Scorpio rising, this new moon will be happening in your 3rd house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your communication styles, how you think and speak, local neighborhood, local travel, vehicles, online content, short-form learning and writing projects, as well as extended family and siblings. Last but not least, for Sagittarius rising, this new moon will be happening in your 2nd house. This could bring new, innovative, and long-term beginnings having to do with your income, how you make money, saving, earning, spending, physical material possessions, food styles, as well as your personal resources and self-esteem. New moon in Capricorn, blessings to you all.